What's up, everyone? This is Christian Duke from StrengthAddicts.com and the Iron Duke subforums at RxMuscle.com. Let's talk about the $1,500 contest coverage fee from this past Masters Nationals that everyone seems to be talking about. Let's pretend I'm on the Iron Debate and there's someone sitting across the virtual table arguing against the fee. I'll be arguing for the fee. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to read a letter from Joe Pietaro from Muscle Sport Mag posted at RxMuscle.com's Muscle Central forums. I'm going to read the letter in its entirety, then I'm going to read to you my pros for the fee and my one con. Okay, so let's go over to RxMuscle.com, Muscle Central forums, and read Joe Pietaro's letter. Quote, title, $1,500 for a bodybuilding press pass, question mark. I nearly shit my pants watching Iron Debate when Dave said that Gary Udit told him that it would cost $1,500 for a press pass at the NPC Masters Teenage Nationals. That borders on criminal behavior and is a blatant shakedown in my opinion. As a mainstream sports writer, I have had the opportunity to obtain press credentials for 4 Super Bowls, full season Jets passes, multiple baseball playoff games, and a shitload more. Not a fucking penny to get those, and if any single entity even asked us to hand them an envelope, we would have contacted the league office and had them fired and probably arrested. I'm writing an article about this and reached out to Dave and Gary Udit in regards. This is merely another example of why bodybuilding as a sport is a fucking joke, end quote. So that is Joe Pietaro's opinion. The other day on the way home from work, I wrote down some, I didn't write them down, I used voice to text, and I came up with a few points. So I'm going to start reading those, and I'm just going to read them and give you a little afterthought. Pro number 1, contest promoters are strapped for cash, venues are expensive, as well as getting guest posers. 2 guest passes could mean 1 guest poser. It could also mean lower contest fees for competitors, or even possibly no extra charge for crossovers. So, a lot of contest promoters are strapped for cash. I've been to a lot of shows that don't have a guest poser. 2 of these contest coverage passes or whatever, $1,500, would be $3,000, which is the absolute minimum you would pay, or that a top tier IFBB pro would charge to guest pose at an event. $3,000 and up. That's where the bidding starts. So, you know, MD and Flex go in there, or RX Muscle and Ironman go, whatever, they got to pay $1,500 a pop. Suddenly, the promoter has enough money for a guest poser. Or the contest promoter might use the money to charge less contest fees. Hey, even $5 less. Hey, that's something. Or if somebody wants to do figure and women's physique, they won't have to pay for 2 entry fees. They'll only have to pay for 1 because the promoter has a surplus of income. I don't know. That's point number 1. Number 2. Contest promoters are keen to the fact that contest coverage model is a cash cow for large websites covering their events. These large websites get passes, which include tickets to the contest, any seminars, any after parties, as well as any other special events prior to and after the competition. These passes generally include hotel accommodations and sometimes also include travel accommodations. So what does the whole contest coverage cash cow mean? Well, what it means is that even if you place dead last, even if a competitor places dead last, that competitor is going to have a significant other, family, co-workers, friends, and haters that are going to go to that website and view page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5 of photos. And for every page, there are advertisers on both sides and on top and on the bottom. And these banner ads and these advertisements are being ingrained both consciously and subconsciously into the website viewer's mind. So even if they don't click, even if they don't buy at that particular point in time, these advertisers are getting their money's worth because they're getting a lot of traffic to the site. The website, in turn, is getting its money's worth because the advertisers are paying more money as the website's ranking on Alexa goes up. So, what happens? The advertiser gets what they want, the website gets what it wants, and the contest promoter, what does the contest promoter get? Okay, so that's point number 2. Point number 3. Large websites generally get the red carpet treatment from national and professional contest promoters, whereas small websites covering local and regional contests who finance the trips and coverage on their own dime are grateful to get 1 guest pass and 1 ticket for 1 person, no comped hotel or travel expenses. This is a reality. So again, if you get the red carpet treatment, you should have to pay for it. That's just what I'm saying. Point number 4. Large websites, like small websites, write off travel expenses, hotel accommodations, and any related fees in the course of their employment. The $1,500 contest coverage fee would be written off on taxes as a business-related expense. So a large website has to pay $1,500. So what? They're making a lot of money on advertising. They're making a lot of money selling products. They're making a lot of money on residuals. And so they have to pay $1,500. That's a good thing. You want to have expenses so that you can put up against your profits. This way, you get more money from the tax man. Okay? Point number 5. Additionally, contest promoters are aware that large websites that cover their events will generate considerable traffic from competitors and their friends and family, which I already talked about. This traffic will in turn make the website more marketable to advertisers, who in turn will pay more money as the host site gets more traffic. This added revenue never sees the concert. It says concert. It should be this added revenue never sees the contest promoter's hands. The next point, I lost track of the numbers. The contest promoter is also at an economic disadvantage because local and or national photographers who may want to cover the event for DVD sales or sign an exclusivity agreement with contest promoter pertaining to photography are outgunned by large website photographers who put out the content for free. Therefore, depriving videographers and photographers who would otherwise pay the contest promoter a specified fee from having any reason to invest their time and efforts in the show. Why would you cover a bodybuilding show, put out a DVD, or sell photos if the people can go to RX, MD, or Flex and get them for free? Also, if that is the case, the contest promoter has also just lost 2 income streams. He's not going to make money from the guy selling the DVD, and he's not going to make money from the photographer selling the photos. Next point, signing athletes to exclusivity agreements, while largely a business practice of the past, actually that's not true, Juan Morel, Cody Montgomery just signed to Weeder AMI, Flex Magazine, continues to be employed today. If large websites and magazines are signing athletes to these types of contracts to prevent other websites or magazines from working with said athletes, then there's a lot of money to be made at the event itself. Once again, the contest promoter does not see a nickel. Why should the contest promoter offer magazines and large websites a forum to profit alongside athletes, excluding themselves? Next point. National, amateur, and professional events seldom need goodwill from large websites. These events have been around for many years. So large websites and magazines might say, well, listen, we're promoting your show, and by promoting your show, you're going to sell more tickets and get more competitors. Well, for the big 5, pro qualifiers, Masters, Nationals, Team U, North American, USAs, they're going to get the competitors no matter what, and they're going to get the fans and the ticket sales no matter what. So the large websites, promotion isn't really necessary. Next point. Considering that large websites typically charge as much as $20,000 a month from large advertisers, a fee of $1,500 for 1 out of 5 national level amateur competitions a year is quite reasonable. So let's say they had to pay $1,500 for Masters, Nationals, USAs, North Americans, and Team U. What is that? $5,000. That's $7,500. That's not even half of what a large website would get from just one title advertiser in 1 month. Next point, the $1,500 fee could potentially assist small websites in so far as having access to a level playing field. For a smaller website, and by that I mean, your Strength Addicts, your Iron Affinities, your Rising Muscles. For a smaller website, a $1,500 investment that would mean a press pass, front row seats, and backstage access at a national level pro qualifier would be an excellent investment in that website's growth and development. Again, right now, if I were to ask Gary Udit or anybody to give me the same treatment as RX Muscle, Muscular Development, or Flex Magazine, he would probably laugh at me, or at least be polite enough to say, nah, we can't do that. And the reality is, because I don't get the kind of traffic that those websites get. I don't have the kind of advertisers or the kind of advertisers paying the money that those websites get. I'm a very, very tiny fish in a massive fish tank. Why would they give me that access? Well, if I give them $1,500, I could be sitting next to Ron Harris over here, John Balick over here, and Dave Palumbo behind me. Because my $1,500 is as green as Ron's, it's as green as John's, and it's as green as Dave's. So for a small website, it's actually a good thing. Okay. Next point. Additionally, contest promoters are aware that large websites that cover their events will generate considerable. Oh, wait a minute. I'm back at number 5. How did I get back over there? Let's go down here. Okay. Okay. So the cons. Right. Once again, small and regional competitions are not included in this discussion. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but small and regional competitions work with small websites. They give them like a ticket, they give them a backstage pass, it's a quid pro quo, and they know that they're getting good coverage for their athletes and good coverage for their show. But we are talking about the pro qualifiers, the North American, the Masters Nationals, the Nationals, the USAs, the Team U, and I probably forgot something in there. But we're talking about the big shows. They don't need the promo. National level competitions and professional events, also IFB Pro events, would receive less press coverage as a result of the $1,500 fee. So that's the con. However, the NPC has its own media apparatus that would ensure high quality photos and videos from contests at every national level amateur competition and pro competition. Additional coverage from large websites could be affected by the fee, but the fee would not eliminate press coverage of the contests. Again, NPC News Online does a phenomenal job. They have great people that do the tagging, great photos, great videos. So again, even if they were the only ones covering the show, the people would get photos and they would get videos. But sure, the $1,500 fee might prevent one or two big websites from going. But those are my cons. So again, my pros severely outweigh my cons. Again, I'm wearing the hat of a contest promoter. You know, if I was on Iron Debate, I would wear the hat of a contest promoter, and I would argue with someone wearing the hat of a fan or wearing the hat of a website owner. But you know, these types of shows and radio shows and video shows and bodybuilding, you're not going to ever get someone wearing the hat of a contest promoter because A, a contest promoter is not going to expose themselves to the abuse of being on one of those shows, and B, someone like myself probably wouldn't do it because they want to be popular. I don't give a shit about being popular. I give a shit about being right, and I stand for what I believe in. So I'm just saying, as a fan, hey, as a fan, I would be happy to keep the status quo, because that would mean that, you know, I wouldn't have to buy a DVD or buy photos. I could just log onto a website and get it for free. This is sort of what happened with you know, music, you know, 10, 15 years ago with Napster. Hey, as a fan, I would much rather buy, you know, get Metallica's Ride the Lightning and download it on Napster for free. Why should I have to pay for it, right? They're rich enough as it is, right? Well, reality of it is that Metallica wrote those songs and put those songs out, and Elektra Records gave Metallica a lot of money, and Elektra Records needs to get paid. So reality of it is I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't necessarily think that if you wear the contest promoter's hat that the argument is that hard to make. You really can't compare bodybuilding to NFL football or basketball or hockey. It's its own thing. Contest promoters are really at the top of the pecking order at each show, and they have to pay the bills, and they've got to make a profit. It is a business after all, and they have to make the show entertaining for the fans. And the reality of it is that a contest coverage fee could put a lot of money to play with that could be used to help competitors. It could also be used to bring guest posers. It could be used to make the show better, or it could make the promoter richer. There's nothing wrong with that. If the websites are making money and signing exclusivity agreements, or making money with advertising dollars, and the athletes making money, then what's wrong with the contest promoter making some money? I don't see a problem with it. So again, you know, if I was wearing a fan's hat, I would be happy with the status quo, and I would say, yeah, those greedy contest promoters. And if I was wearing a website owner hat, I'd say, yeah, those greedy contest promoters. But if I'm wearing a contest promoter's hat, I would say, where's my fucking money? I mean, the athlete's making the money, the website's making the money. Why am I not making any money? But hey, that's why having me on Iron Debate would be great, but it'll never happen. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up to counter all those many, many, many thumbs down it will surely receive.